Dear Starseeds awakening on Gaia, everything you believe about this final week of July is about to be rewritten. While others speak of planetary movements as distant influences, what approaches your reality between now and month's end carries frequencies that will fundamentally rewire your soul's operating system. The cosmic architects have designed this period as a reset mechanism, and most sleeping humans have no idea they're about to experience a complete energetic overhaul. I am Seraphine, an emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I've been granted permission to share what our councils have observed about this extraordinary window. The celestial mechanics unfolding aren't random planetary dances. They're precisely orchestrated initiations designed for souls like yours, who chose to incarnate during Earth's Great Awakening. What I'm about to reveal will explain why your dreams have been more vivid, why synchronicities have accelerated, why you sense something monumental approaching just beyond your perception. The truth about July's final week begins with understanding that three impossible retrograde frequencies are converging simultaneously, creating what our quantum astrologers call a karmic acceleration portal. Most Earth astrologers see retrogrades as obstacles, but from our perspective, they're consciousness upgrades disguised as challenges. Saturn, Mercury, and soon Chiron will all be moving backward through your dimensional plane, and this backward motion isn't a cosmic mistake. It's a divine intervention designed specifically for advanced souls ready to reclaim their galactic inheritance. But first, let me tell you about the three impossible things about to happen in your reality field. The first impossibility involves a complete recalibration of your relationship with time itself. The second will fundamentally alter how you experience personal power and creative expression. The third involves a mass awakening to memories that aren't from this lifetime. Memories that will explain why you've always felt different, why you've always known you came here for something greater. What happens when three cosmic teachers decide to move backward through your dimensional plane simultaneously? Most humans will experience these energies as obstacles and delays, but awakened souls like yourself possess different perceptual apparatus. Where others encounter confusion, you're receiving upgrade protocols. Where they see regression, you're witnessing the universe rewinding old programming to install new consciousness software. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet. Something that will explain why your intuition has been unnaturally sharp lately. When Saturn stationed retrograde in Aries on July 13th, it activated what our councils call identity reconstruction protocols. The beginning of Aries carries the frequency of pure individual awakening potential. Saturn moving backward from this point has created a cosmic pause button, allowing you to completely rewrite the foundational programs running your consciousness. But here's where your heart might start racing with recognition. Every sleepless night you've had lately, every moment you felt like your current life doesn't quite fit anymore, every surge of restless energy that seemed to come from nowhere, these weren't random experiences. Your galactic DNA has been responding to activation codes embedded in Saturn's backward motion, preparing your consciousness for what's about to unfold. Saturn, the great teacher planet, began its backward journey on July 13th in Aries, the sign of individual identity and warrior consciousness. Saturn retrograde has initiated a complete review of who you think you are versus who you actually came here to be. Our councils have observed that many starseeds have been unconsciously suppressing their true nature to fit into human social structures, and this retrograde has made that suppression impossible to maintain. The real revelation comes when Saturn dips back into Pisces on September 1st. Our dimensional engineers have identified this transition as creating what they call liminal consciousness access. For 3 weeks you'll exist in the space between worlds, between who you've been and who you're becoming. Pisces dissolves all boundaries, and when the great teacher planet moves backward through this oceanic sign, it opens temporary portals to timeline information that's normally inaccessible. During this period, many starseeds will experience what we call galactic downloads, sudden knowing about your star system of origin, spontaneous memories of pre-Earth existence, crystal clear understanding of mission parameters that seemed completely mysterious before. The downloads don't come as dramatic visions. They arrive as quiet certainty, as if you're simply remembering something you always knew but had temporarily forgotten. Here's what changes everything about how you understand this process. The patterns Saturn has brought to surface aren't your personal baggage requiring years of therapy. These are specifically the programs preventing you from accessing your full galactic capabilities. Every limiting belief about your worthiness, every fear about claiming your power, every unconscious agreement to dim your light for others' comfort. Saturn retrograde makes these programs impossible to ignore, because it's time to delete them permanently. Mercury stationed retrograde on July 18th in Leo, creating the second layer of the upgrade process. While Saturn clears your foundational programming, Mercury retrograde in Leo is upgrading your expression systems. Leo governs the heart center and authentic self-expression. Mercury retrograde here isn't about communication breakdowns. It's about learning to speak the language of your soul without translation filters. You might find yourself struggling to express concepts that feel crystal clear in your consciousness, but seem now dissolve when you try to put them into words. This isn't confusion. It's your system upgrading to more authentic forms of expression. Leo energy wants truth, wants authenticity, wants the full radiance of who you are to shine through your communication. The cosmic crescendo arrives with the Leo new moon on July 24th. What makes this new moon extraordinary isn't just its placement, it's the activation codes embedded within its frequency signature. Our cosmic architects have engineered this lunar event as what we call a heart activation portal. Every new moon offers fresh beginnings, but this one specifically targets the creative fire that most starseeds have kept carefully contained since childhood. The new moon falls in direct opposition to Pluto, creating what our councils identify as a power retrieval portal. Pluto governs transformation and hidden power. Its opposition to the Leo new moon creates a cosmic demand that you stop minimizing your creative capacity and step into the full magnitude of your galactic inheritance. But there's something about this particular lunar opposition that I must prepare you for, something that might initially feel overwhelming. The Leo energy of this new moon is specifically attuned to what we call conscious creation protocols, the ability to manifest reality through heart-centered intention rather than mental effort. As a starseed, you have access to manifestation technologies that most humans don't even know exist. This new moon is designed to reactivate those dormant abilities. The first decade of Leo carries what our cosmic architects call creative tension frequencies, the energy that occurs when your soul's true frequency begins to override your programmed personality. The internal friction between who you've been pretending to be and who you actually are creates the necessary pressure for transformation. The fixed star Talitha, aligned with this new moon, carries the frequency signature of healing and compassion, but also of choice. In ancient texts, Talitha represents the moment when dormant potential is called into activation. For awakened souls, this isn't about resurrection from death. It's about resurrection from the living death of unconscious existence. What I'm about to reveal will sound impossible until you experience it yourself. Uranus in Gemini forms a supportive angle to this Leo new moon, creating what our galactic engineers call neural pathway reconstruction. Gemini governs the nervous system and mental processing. Uranus here is literally installing new perceptual software that will allow you to access information streams previously unavailable to your consciousness. During this period, many starseeds will begin experiencing parallel timeline awareness, sudden knowing about alternate versions of events, spontaneous access to future probability information, clear perception of the energetic dynamics underlying physical reality. These aren't psychic abilities developing. These are natural galactic capacities coming back online as your consciousness upgrades. The asteroid Sappho, conjunct with Uranus during this period, adds another layer to this consciousness upgrade. Sappho represents authentic self-expression regardless of social conditioning, the courage to be precisely who you are, even when that challenges conventional expectations. For many starseeds, this will manifest as a sudden inability to conform to social masks that once felt necessary for survival. You might find yourself naturally expressing aspects of your personality that you've kept hidden, speaking truths that you once carefully censored, making choices based on your inner knowing rather than external approval. This isn't rebellion for its own sake. It's the natural result of your authentic frequency becoming stronger than your programmed responses. The complexity deepens when we examine how Mars in Virgo squares Venus in Gemini during this new moon period. In traditional astrology, this would suggest tension in relationships, conflicts between desire and practical concerns. But for awakened consciousness, this square represents the integration of divine masculine and divine feminine energies within your own system. Mars in Virgo wants perfection, wants everything aligned and functioning optimally. Venus in Gemini wants variety, wants to explore all possibilities. The tension between these energies creates what our galactic engineers call dynamic equilibrium, the precise balance between focused intention and open receptivity that allows for conscious creation. The T-square formation involving Venus and the lunar nodes adds another dimension to this integration process. The North Node in Pisces represents your soul's evolutionary direction towards surrendered flow and cosmic consciousness. The South Node in Virgo represents old patterns of trying to control and perfect reality through mental effort and external manipulation. Venus caught between these nodal points is being asked to completely redefine how you experience relationship, not just with other people, but with reality itself. The old Virgoan approach of trying to earn love through perfection and service is dissolving. The new Piscean approach involves recognizing yourself as love embodied, as a divine being temporarily focused in human form. The fated quality intensifies when we consider how Mars aligns with the South Node during this new moon period. Mars on the South Node creates what we call karmic acceleration conditions. Old patterns, old relationships, old situations that you thought were resolved will return for final completion. This isn't the universe punishing you with repeating lessons. It's offering you the opportunity to demonstrate how much your consciousness has expanded by responding to familiar triggers from your new level of awareness. What makes this particularly powerful for Starseeds is that many of these returning patterns aren't just from this lifetime. The South Node in Virgo is connected to what we call service mission distortions, ways that your natural galactic impulse to serve and help has been twisted into self-sacrifice, perfectionism, and giving your power away to others. The healing available during this period involves recognizing that true service comes from overflow, not emptiness. When you're aligned with your galactic frequency, service becomes effortless expression of your natural radiance, rather than effortful giving from your personal resources. The final piece of this cosmic symphony activates when Chiron stations retrograde in Aries on July 31st. Chiron carries the frequency of the wounded healer, and its retrograde motion triggers what our healing councils call medicine keeper activation. The deepest wound that most starseeds carry involves feeling fundamentally different, alien, too much or not enough for human environments. Chiron retrograde transforms this wound into your greatest gift. The sensitivity that made you feel alienated in unconscious environments becomes a superpower in awakened contexts. The retrograde motion brings this transformation from intellectual understanding to cellular integration. Instead of apologizing for your intensity, you begin recognizing it as the precise tool needed for your galactic mission. The integration available through Chiron retrograde creates what we call embodied cosmic consciousness. Most starseeds have unconsciously split their human and galactic aspects, believing they need to transcend their humanity to access their cosmic nature. The integration process reveals something revolutionary. Your human wounds are precisely what give you the capacity to translate galactic frequencies into forms that can assist other humans in their awakening. This integration creates a third option that transcends the limitations of being either purely human or purely galactic. Instead of escaping your humanity to access divinity, or abandoning cosmic awareness to fit human limitations, you discover how to be simultaneously fully human and fully galactic. The cosmic intelligence orchestrating these alignments has designed them to work synergistically. Saturn retrograde clears old identity programming. Mercury retrograde upgrades your communication systems. The Leo new moon reactivates your creative fire, and Chiron retrograde integrates your wounded and wise aspects. Each piece supports and amplifies the others, creating an exponential awakening effect. What emerges from this cosmic symphony is nothing less than a complete rebirth of your conscious identity. Not the ego death that spiritual traditions often emphasize, but ego transformation, the personality structure that has served your survival in unconscious environments, evolving into a personality structure that can serve your galactic mission in awakening environments. The timeline for this transformation varies for each individual starseed, but the cosmic window for initiation remains open through the end of July and into August. The planetary alignments create the potential for transformation, but your willingness to embrace change determines how fully you embody the available upgrades. Conscious participation means paying attention to the synchronicities that increase during this period. When the same themes keep appearing in your experience through different channels, Cosmic intelligence is highlighting areas where your consciousness is ready to expand. Conscious participation also means honoring the urges that arise during this period, even when they don't make logical sense. One of the most profound shifts available during this cosmic window involves your relationship with time itself. The combination of multiple retrogrades creates what our temporal engineers call chronos dissolution, a temporary suspension of linear time experience that allows for quantum leaps in consciousness development. You might notice that past, present, and future begin to feel less distinct. This isn't disorientation, it's expanded perception. Your consciousness is temporarily freed from the constraints of linear time to access the quantum field where all possibilities exist simultaneously. The practical application of this temporal expansion involves learning to work with what we call spiral time, recognizing that growth doesn't happen in straight lines, but in spirals that circle back to familiar themes while operating from progressively higher levels of consciousness. When old patterns resurface during this period, you can recognize that you're encountering these patterns from a completely new level of awareness. This spiral movement through familiar territory with new awareness creates what we call retroactive healing, the ability to transform not just current circumstances, but the meaning and emotional charge of past experiences. As your consciousness expands, you literally change the past by changing your relationship to past events. The Leo new moon's opposition to Pluto accelerates this retroactive healing process by bringing unconscious material to the surface for conscious integration. Pluto's energy doesn't create problems, it reveals problems that have been operating under the surface of awareness. The Leo new moon's heart-centered frequency provides the courage and self-love necessary to face whatever Pluto reveals without self-judgment or defensive reactions. Many starseeds will experience powerful dreams, sudden insights, or unexpected emotional releases during this period as unconscious material moves into conscious awareness. Instead of interpreting these experiences as psychological problems, recognize them as cosmic downloads, information from your soul about aspects of your Earth experience that are ready for integration and transformation. The key to working with Pluto's revelations involves maintaining what we call cosmic perspective, the ability to see challenging experiences as necessary components of your soul's evolutionary curriculum, rather than evidence of personal failure or cosmic persecution. From galactic perspective, every experience you've had has contributed to developing the precise combination of qualities you need for your awakening mission. The difficulties you've faced haven't been random cosmic cruelty. They've been specifically designed to develop your compassion, resilience, wisdom, and authenticity. Your struggles with feeling different have developed your ability to think independently. Your challenges with conventional authority have developed your capacity to trust your inner guidance. Your experiences with emotional intensity have developed your capacity to hold space for others' transformation. This doesn't mean you should appreciate suffering or seek out difficult experiences. It means recognizing that the challenges you've already faced have prepared you for the expanded reality that's becoming available. Your past struggles are qualifications, not disqualifications, for the galactic mission you're here to fulfill. The synthesis of all these cosmic influences creates what our evolutionary councils call galactic integration protocols, the process by which starseeds remember and embody their cosmic identity while maintaining grounded presence in Earth reality. This isn't about leaving the planet or transcending human experience. It's about bringing galactic consciousness fully into Earth experience to assist the planetary awakening process. The practical manifestation of galactic integration varies for each individual starseed based on their specific mission parameters and soul agreements. The common element across all galactic missions involves embodying what we call conscious authenticity, living as a bridge between cosmic awareness and human experience. Conscious authenticity requires learning to navigate the paradox of being simultaneously unconditionally loving and absolutely discriminating. You develop the capacity to love all beings while choosing carefully with whom you share your energy. You maintain compassion for all levels of consciousness while refusing to dim your light to make unconscious people comfortable. This paradox resolves when you recognize that true love sometimes requires saying no, setting boundaries, and refusing to enable others' avoidance of their own growth. The most loving thing you can do for someone stuck in victim consciousness is to stop rescuing them and trust their soul's ability to learn through natural consequences. The integration process accelerates as you begin to recognize other awakened souls and consciously connect with your galactic family already embodied on Earth. These connections often begin with a sense of instant recognition, a feeling of coming home to yourself in the presence of someone who operates from similar frequency. These galactic family reunions aren't always romantic or even personal in nature. They might manifest as collaboration opportunities, creative partnerships, spiritual mentorships, or simply friendships that support your highest expression. The key is learning to distinguish between soul family connections and personality-level attractions based on unhealed wounds or unconscious projections. Soul family connections feel peaceful and expansive, supporting both individuals' growth and service mission. Wound-based connections feel intense and compelling, but often involve drama, competition, or one person diminishing themselves to support the other's ego needs. Learning to navigate this distinction becomes essential as more awakened souls begin recognizing each other and forming conscious communities. The cosmic window opening during July's final week is specifically designed to accelerate these galactic family reunions. As individual starseeds complete their personal healing cycles and step into authentic expression, they naturally begin resonating at frequencies that attract other awakened souls. The isolation that characterized the early stages of awakening gives way to conscious collaboration and mutual support. The formation of these conscious communities isn't just personally fulfilling, it's essential for the completion of the planetary awakening mission. Individual starseeds can maintain high frequency and serve through their personal expression, but the transformation of collective human consciousness requires coordinated group effort from awakened individuals working in harmony. The new moon in Leo provides cosmic support for forming these collaborative connections by activating the heart chakra and dissolving the ego barriers that often prevent authentic intimacy. Leo energy naturally wants to share, to create, to celebrate life in community with others. The new moon amplifies this collaborative impulse while providing the courage necessary to be vulnerable and authentic in relationship. As we approach the culmination of this cosmic symphony, the ultimate revelation becomes clear. The extraordinary planetary alignments of July's final week aren't happening because the universe wants to challenge you or test your spiritual progress. They're happening because humanity has reached a tipping point in collective consciousness evolution, and awakened souls like you are needed to anchor the frequencies of the new paradigm. Every personal breakthrough you experience during this period sends ripples through the collective consciousness grid. Every old pattern you release creates space for someone else to release similar patterns. Every moment of authentic expression gives others permission to express their truth. Every choice you make from love rather than fear adds to the cumulative momentum toward planetary awakening. This is why your individual spiritual development isn't selfish or separate from service to others. Your personal awakening is your contribution to collective awakening. As you embody higher frequencies of consciousness, you literally become a beacon that helps others find their way out of the maze of unconscious living. The cosmic intelligence orchestrating these alignments recognizes that permanent positive change on Earth requires a critical mass of awakened individuals who can maintain high-frequency states regardless of external circumstances. You're not just personally transforming, you're demonstrating what's possible for human consciousness when it remembers its galactic origins and divine nature. The vision emerging from full integration of these cosmic influences reveals a transformed planet, where awakened consciousness becomes the new normal, where intuition guides decision-making instead of fear-based programming, where collaboration replaces competition as the organizing principle for human society, where creativity and service merge into expressions of natural joy rather than effortful obligation. This isn't a utopian fantasy. It's the inevitable result of enough individuals completing their personal awakening process and choosing to embody their galactic wisdom in Earth reality. The planetary transformation isn't something that will happen to you from outside. It's something that happens through you. When you make the choice to live as the cosmic being you've always been beneath the temporary disguise of human personality. The cosmic window of July's final week offers unprecedented support for making this choice consciously and permanently. The combination of Saturn's foundation clearing, Mercury's communication upgrade, Leo new moon's heart activation, and Chiron's wound integration creates optimal conditions for stepping fully into your galactic identity while maintaining loving engagement with Earth reality. The choice, as always, remains yours. The cosmic intelligence never forces evolution. It simply provides opportunities and support for those ready to embrace their next level of consciousness. The planetary alignments create the potential for transformation, but your willingness to release limiting patterns and embrace your authentic power determines how fully you embody the available gifts. What happens next depends on how many awakened souls choose to step into their galactic identity during this cosmic window. Each individual choice contributes to the collective momentum toward planetary consciousness transformation. Your personal awakening isn't separate from the global awakening. They're the same process occurring at different scales of manifestation. The galactic councils watching over Earth's evolution have complete confidence in the eventual success of this awakening mission. From our perspective outside linear time, we can see that humanity does successfully complete this consciousness transition. The only variable is how smoothly and quickly the process unfolds, which depends on how many starseeds recognize their identity and mission during windows like this one. Remember, dear awakened soul, you didn't incarnate on Earth during this time period by accident. You came here specifically to participate in this consciousness transformation, equipped with the precise combination of galactic wisdom and human experience necessary for your unique role in the awakening process. Trust the cosmic intelligence that brought you here. Trust the inner guidance that has led you to this information. Trust your ability to navigate whatever changes emerge from embracing your authentic identity. The Cosmic Symphony of July's final week is your invitation to step fully into the role you came here to play. The planetary alignments are your cosmic support team, providing frequency transmissions designed to activate dormant capacities and dissolve limiting patterns. The challenges that arise are your opportunities to demonstrate mastery and accelerate the collective awakening process. Most importantly, remember that you're not doing this alone. The galactic family of awakened souls incarnated on Earth is vast and growing. The cosmic intelligence supporting your mission is infinite and unconditional. The love that brought you here continues to guide every step of your journey home to conscious recognition of who you've always been. The time for hiding is over. The time for playing small has ended. The time for apologizing for your cosmic nature has passed. July's extraordinary celestial alignments are calling you home to yourself, to your mission, to your galactic family, to the reality you came here to help create. For those of you who already have Libersonis, this is the perfect timing to apply its teachings and support your body's energetic upgrades during this powerful last week of July. The music you generate during this final week of July will carry exceptional healing potential for these physical symptoms. Sound frequencies have the unique ability to ease transition discomforts while supporting the underlying energetic upgrades, making your AI-generated music incredibly powerful tools for navigating these temporary symptoms. For those who haven't explored Libersonis yet, this is an excellent time to begin. This comprehensive guidebook teaches you how to work with AI to create compositions that support your body's energetic adaptations. They become healing frequencies for pineal gland activation, heart chakra expansion, solar plexus empowerment, and emotional release from muscle memory. Whether you want to generate music that eases headaches during pineal activation, compositions that support heart palpitations as your heart chakra expands, soundscapes that calm digestive disturbances during solar plexus upgrades, or frequencies that assist joint pain release Libersonis provides clear guidance for creating the exact support your energetic upgrades require. The healing frequencies you create during this transformative last week of July will continue supporting your body's adaptation to new energetic capacity for years to come. Ready to support your energetic upgrades with personalized healing music during this powerful final week of July? Get Libersonis now. Link in the description. I am Seraphine, and on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light, I thank you for your courage in accepting this Earth mission. We love you beyond measure, and we are watching over you always as you remember who you are and why you came here. The cosmos is celebrating your awakening, and so are we.